when this happened. We were here in this country on eve of 7th January 2021, and a military for under this same government headed by Akufo-Addo, and Omubowura parliament, which amount to the toppling over of the government, and which amount to a process to initiate coup. Yawaha NSC and Omuba Bontin. The NDC, the MPP, Ekatre say they are going to form a committee to make sure they look into this. Nipa was sanction ya wama mube wura honom no, the person will be dealt with. In fact, after that, you know, mudi video be by Carlos Ahenkura, any military men no mujina bonte canopy biase no mudi nkomo, and wechi anche any military men ebo wura parliament house. Assembly went cold. Nobody spoke about the issue again. Nobody. It is a honorable Habib Kacha will say, "Sa committee where ya abamba me eka say committee no. Let me show you. Committee na abamba me. Parliament to set up 7-member committee to probe leak IGP audio. Committee where ya abamba me essay. Let's look at this. Mo de mo man shade we. Was say, Speaker of Parliament Abambaben has directed the establishment of a 7-member special committee to investigate the leaked audio plotting the removal of Inspector General of Police Dr. George Akufu-Dampare. The Deputy Majority Leader Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boa presenting the request in Parliament said, Mr. Speaker, that I submit this statement for your kind attention, seeking to invoke the appropriate standing orders of the House and other relevant legislation for a bipartisan investigation, either by a special committee of the House or the Committee on Defense and Interior, into this all important matter. The terms of reference of this investigation will be to establish the following. The scope of the investigations, you know, this is what they are going to try to unravel. The mystery they are going to try to unravel. In year one, the authenticity of the leaked audio recording. In the video na me bochremono. Anye biano, Honorable Habib Idrisu, Deputy Majority Whip, say he can confirm, say the voice, you know, a Honorable former chairman of the Northern Region MPP, Alhaji Bugiri Nabu. So that means, say, the authenticity of the audio has been established here. Again, investigate the conspiracy to remove the current Inspector General of Police. If the authenticity of the audio has been established by one of the MPP bigwigs, and then the chair say, Asama Omoka say, Yenyi Dampareno is now an allegation. It's a matter of fact. 3. Investigate any other matter contained in the audio recording. Any other matter obtained in the audio recording, ni say, even Joe Osei Wusu Krano, who say the current man now advocate say wonu nembe IGP said they can break the 8, you know. Joe Osei Wusu Krano has sympathized with him to the extent say Joe Osei Wusu say he is not going to contest the Bekwai seat again. And Nuntino or Chino ama this same man no other contestant no was supporting ama na wini. So other issues in the saying we can confirm say Joe Osei Wusu is no longer contesting as an MP again. Number 4, recommend sanctions to persons found culpable where appropriate. Now, sanctions, we don't have to tell you the sanctions you people have to prefer. The constitution has preferred the sanctions when someone is caught in such act, because the issue is not about say dampare na dampare is only one person. It's not about dampare. It's about the grand scheme of rigging election in 2024, which amount to treason, because it's a treasonable offense, because you are going to disrupt, you are going to abrogate portion of the constitution by suppressing the legal political activities of Ghanaians. So enye ye na ebe katre mana anye committee ni na ebe be katre say this is the kind of punishment I will say edima wo mu the abana ye di botechi no ye fa sa abana embo ba the Western Togolands for na and I said the Voltarians na last week ye jeli mienu semiensa on account of treason adan ya mpeso omuye omutu akufado abangu no any chama ofoso ampofo na ye prosecute no because of leak audio no any ACP Dr. Benjamin Agbevo say one also was standing trial based on treason adanya he was also on the platform na ye plot to coup ye dibe to akufado abangu no the same measure no because the same treasonable offense ena omuye the perpetrate I mean tramadi. It continues. 5. Make recommendation for reforms when necessary. Recommendation is in here. The president should stop appointing the electoral commissioner, the IGP, the attorney, the auditor general, the chief justice. All these people, no, these are the recommendations. I know say it is in the constitutional review. No, my because sanyoma way and I was say yeah. Say yes, sanyoma way to say the ASP Dr. Benjamin Agbevo Ekaye in the audio video I played now. All these people now president in appointing, they cannot work in a fair environment because the appointing authority, has a say, has a control over them. Into Omuye Bibiana, it is in allegiance to the appointing authority, not in allegiance to the states. So these are the recommendations where Adiebia see over and over and over and over. So enya fe na yakwa manufacture bibi fufuraba. 6. Make such 7. So 6. Make such other recommendations and consequential orders as the committee may deem appropriate. Now, Right Honorable Speaker, I hereby submit for your kind consideration. Lawmaker concluded. So, Abambabin Ejitu Muse, week way from Tuesday going alternative, they should present 3 persons on each side. NDC Nipa 3, MPP Nipa 3. Then they should include a neutral person, a forensic, audio forensic person, expert biya. Onu na beden, onu na beba investigate audio to establish the authenticity of the audio. At this point, I think it's needless because Honorable Abib Idrisu a confirm say he can recognize the voice of the former MPP regional chairman, Northern regional chairman, Alhaji Bugiri Nabu. So the authenticity of the audio has been established. Now, look at what happened here. As I play the the video for you, there were a military for Ebowura Parliament. Both the MPP and the NDC, the then minority leader Haruna Idrisu, they were everywhere parading in various TV stations and radio stations. Catch the Ghana for say they are going to probe into that issue. They are going to set a bipartisan committee to make sure they investigate that issue. All those military men will be prosecuted, and the leader now was sanction invade parliament. That person will also be hauled before the committee, investigated, and if found guilty or culpable, the person will also be prosecuted. As I'm not saying, and don't be surprised. Say Honorable Abib Idris Ekachira say when nim infasua committee where the beba because the one fan to us only say. Because a BNC pay committee be na yan formo mfaso be na baye mfaso bia ama because for military men to invade parliament it amounts to coup. Now listen to this.
On what? This is a plane which brought Ajua Safo.
Okay, you have to hold it steady for me.
Give it to you.
Okay, you have to share with me so that okay, you hold it, and so that this camera can pick it.
We'll give it a time. So suddenly they just ran away from.
So Percy, you would have to capture this for me. So this is the honourable minority leader saying that. Oh, sorry. You have to.
My phone is a complicated one.
Sorry, forgive me. It's a big man's phone, so it's a big man's phone. Usually that's.
So
okay, you may have to hold it then, so that Ima can capture it for us. Hold it steady and show it to the camera.
You stay out of trouble.
No, I'm not staying out of trouble because Percy is not ready. That's why I'm asking for Ima to hold it for you. Percy, you are ready. Okay, so let me have it then.
She came in this private jet around 11 p.m. that day. So she couldn't have been part of that parliament.
Okay, do we have it now? Okay, so this is it. This is what the Honorable Haruna Idrisu says. And unfortunately, for those of you on 3FM 92.7, you can't get
on this private jet.
So you say she arrived at 11 p.m.
Yes, around that time.
Okay.
But certainly not before Parliament adjourned.
Right.
So she couldn't have participated in the proceedings of Parliament.
So it's HB Joe. That's the plane.
Yes.
This is what the minority leader says.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're 137. So within the meaning of Article 104, it was a defeat. So you don't come with the posture that I have the numbers. What numbers? It is not numbers sitting outside. It's numbers present and voting.
I've heard some members.
Ajua Safo, double identity. During the voting for the e-levy, we were here. Haruna Idrisu, Eba TV3, Eba Katre say, lady na ye wunu wo honom na wo to aba ema wo pasi e-levy na ene Ghana for da sutua e-levy no enye Ajua Safo na wo the evidence aba evidence nini plain we na di Ajua Safo bae tama wo di bae ni wo bae na parliament aja na ya pon kura ewi obi akọ. So she was not the one in parliament. And we have called for the formation or establishment of a bipartisan committee and a forensic video aspect, audio aspect be to come and ascertain who was there. And they will make sure that particular person or representing Ajua Safo will be dealt with. As I'm now saying, all this ABF saying, Honorable Muntala Mohammed, Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, Okujeto Ablakwa, Sam George, Obia Senator Rawlings, Omuyina Obia Kebi. Asam na kwesi saying bipartisan committee no almost here to investigate this issue. No, akwesi saying a whole parliament we are practicing a democracy, and parliament, and the bile of our democracy. You can never have a democratic setting without a parliament, but you can have a government without a parliament. There will be the executive and the judiciary, but there will never be a parliament. Ajua Safo, double Ajua Safo, impersonation in the floor of Parliament of Ghana. No case in akosi say bipartisan committee no omo form ye no akosi saying obi anka wan asem Haruna Idrisu is a lawyer. Wonya dom. He has been in parliament since 2005, January 7th. 20 years in here, and work with Haruna Idrisu. Double Ajua Safo issue, no, akosi saying, and it is not in a vacuum. And Honorable Abib Idrisu Ekatere mo say, committee we no enye this is going to be waste of time. And ya amount for sika Ghana for sika na ye waste. Ya kwatena se na ya wi akokọ nam na ya nom nsa ya nom tea na ya sorry enye this because the presidents have been there. Double Ajua Safo akosi saying, now you see why Akufo-Addo is quiet. Akufo-Addo nim say shinsi eyedede hunu kwa shinua ebesi wo man nim eyedede hunu kwa nkofo we ya people allegedly say wo plot ku omu plot say ye be IGP Dampare. Subsequently, they will rig the 2020 elections, 2024 elections. So, and be no be see in within 2-3 days. Asan, because in military for under Mimi regime, Akufo-Addo my military for the first time evade parliament. No, BBNC under Mimi time. Mema oba address it say Adwoa Safo. Meanwhile, when you Adwoa Safo impersonation, eko vote on the policy and the higher law. Haruna Idrisu Kachre say, we all know say a criminal offense. Not to talk of in parliament. Haruna Idrisu the evidence by say, enye Adwoa Safo na evidence nini. Assembly akosi saying. Enu krampo a video. Enu krampo Haruna Idrisu emphatically he didn't mince words. Say no say enye Adwoa Safo na evidence nini. And they are going to make sure say that person is hauled before parliament, prosecuted if found guilty. Case na akosi saying. Sikana shi